Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is February 5th, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for the support. So we're going to start with this one here. Jordan prepare for war against the Holy Land if Benjamin attempts to forcibly expel Palestine, who, into their territory. Guys, I have a strong feeling about the third temple. All right, so again, for those of you that missed the big breaking news yesterday, Donald and Benjamin spoke, and Donald gave the updates and said we will take over the strip, we will rebuild, and we will control. So again, when he said rebuild, the first thing that popped in my head was, what are you going to build in that strip? And there's a possibility, who knows, perhaps this is leading towards the third temple. Not only that, they have the red heifer. The red heifers are grown and are ready. So we are seeing some huge Bible prophecy event here, guys. So now you have multiple countries out there. Spain, you have Russia, you have China, you have all these countries that they don't agree with Donald. You're not taking that region. You're not going to be building stuff in that region. And Jordan is, well, preparing for war against the Holy Land. We're going to get to this story here, guys. We have more breaking news. All right, so Donald plans to withdraw from Syria. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, guys. And we do have more breaking news. Persia displayed the bear-made long-range air defense system in military exercises. So we're going to get to all this news here, guys. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your love and support. All right, so guys, prayer requests for me. All right, I don't like to put too much information about my health, but I do need prayer requests for myself. And again, I was in the hospital not too long ago, and they had to do like a CAT scan and all that type of stuff. And they found something, but again, I'm doing great. So it's if I could pronounce this name right, diverticulosis, I think that's how you pronounce the name, is inflamed. All right, so it's very uncomfortable. And I'm a type of person that I go to the gym, I work out, I have my proteins and stuff like that. But it seems like whenever I lift weights or whenever, I eat certain food, it just inflames. So it's very uncomfortable. There's no cure for it. They have no idea where this thing comes from. So it's a Western thing when it comes to food diets. So it's basically a Western thing. So it's called diverticulosis. If you can, please pray for me. Sometimes I have to get up and just walk, and sitting down kind of hurts. So I'm thinking about changing the whole studio and just making videos like I used to, like standing up and instead of sitting down. So again, please pray for me, and thank you so much for the prayer. All right, so it says here, recent reports indicate that Jordan is prepared to take military action against the Holy Land if Ben attempts to expel those people into Jordanian territory forcibly. So Donald even said the same thing. Donald is trying to talk to some of these countries. Hey, can you take these people? And the reason why is because they want to rebuild the strip. They want to rebuild it. They want to make it for the world. And the first thing that popped in my head, the third temple possibly could be near that region. They're going to build it. So this stance comes in response to the sleeping giant leader, Donald. Proposal to take over the strip and permanently resettle Palestine elsewhere, a plan that has been widely condemned as ethnic cleansing. Now, Jordan's king has firmly rejected any attempt to annex land or displace the Palestine, emphasizing the need to halt the expansion of Holy Land settlements. The proposal has also been met with strong opposition from Palestinian leaders, human rights advocates, and several nations. Now it says here including Saudi, Egypt, and Turkey. Something about Egypt. A couple of days ago, Egypt had all their tanks. I mean, they have all these tanks right in front of, what's the name of that city in the strip? Rafah border, something like that. So they had a whole bunch of tanks there near that territory. All right, so once again, Egypt and Turkey, who have labeled it inhumane and a violation of international law. Now, in a related development, Jordan's foreign minister has urged the sleeping giant to pressure the Holy Land to stop what he termed ethnic cleansing in the Strip, highlighting the severe humanitarian situation and warning of the risk of a regional biblical war if the Holy Land aggressions continue. Now, these tensions underscore the fragile state of regional relations and the potential for escalation if proposed. Plans to relocate palace proceed. All right. So Jordan is sending a message to the Holy Land. You send those people here. And look, we helped you. We helped you. We helped you. When Persia fired those missiles towards you, we helped you take those things out. We helped your airspace. We helped your land. We were there. We backed you up, man. Don't be dumping a whole bunch of you-know-who into my land. And we're going to see how all this works out, guys. But Jordan is preparing for biblical war with the Holy Land. All right, so let's see what's going on with this next news right here. All right, so there's going to be a lot of changes out there in the MidEast. A lot of changes. Donald plans withdrawal from Syria, media said. So the MidEast nation is a mess and doesn't need us involvement, the sleeping giant leader Donald has argued. So once again, you have the Pentagon is drafting plans for a full withdrawal of sleeping giant soldiers from Syria. The news has reported, citing two anonymous defense officials. The report comes shortly after Donald suggested that the sleeping giant military involvement in the country serves no useful purpose. The sleeping giant soldiers entered Syria in 2014 on the pretext of fighting the IS, formerly ISIS, and have maintained a presence in the country ever since, despite never being invited by that country. So in other words, the sleeping giant has invaded that land. And the sleeping giant has the audacity, the nerve to tell the world that the bear invaded Crane when the sleeping giant is doing the same. Actually, the sleeping giant has been doing this since the end of WW2. Search it up. How many countries has the sleeping giant invaded since WW2? Search it up. There's going to be a list. All these lands. According to the news on Tuesday, sleeping giant defense official had begun preparing withdrawal plans with timelines ranging from 30 to 90 days. Sources told the network that Donald's new National Security Advisor Mike Waltz met with senior military commanders at the headquarters of the Sleeping Giant Central Command in Tampa, Florida, on Friday, where he was reportedly briefed on the situation in the MidEast. Now, commenting on media reports suggesting that he had informed Holy Land of the imminent pullout, Donald said last week, "We'll make a determination on that. We are not involved in Syria. Syria is its own mess. They got enough messes over there. They don't need us involved." I agree with the Donald. I mean, the reason why we there is, number one, we taking their oil, but we shouldn't be there. We should have never been there. You know, again, what, 11 years? And how much was poured into that biblical war? A lot of money. It says here the Holy Land public broadcaster Khan made the claim regarding the supposed withdrawal plans late last month which presumably caused concern among Holy Land officials. In December 2018, during his first term, Donald announced plans to withdraw sleeping giant soldiers from Syria. The decision faced significant pushback from Defense Secretary James Mattis, who ultimately resigned in protest, while some personnel were withdrawn. Many were later redeployed, guys. So shortly after the overthrow of, who, the former leader of that land, which he's in, I think he's in Moscow right now. So it happened December 2024. He left to Moscow. By a loose correlation of opposition group, the Pentagon acknowledged that the number of sleeping giant soldiers in the country was in fact 2,000, as opposed to the previously reported 900. Several media outlets claimed that later that month that several large U.S. military convoys carrying equipment had crossed into Syria from Iraq, further reinforcing the sleeping giant contingent. Once again, the former leader, Assad, and the Bear country have repeatedly denounced the sleeping giant military presence as an illegal occupation, stressing that Washington was never granted permission to station soldiers in Syria. But everybody talks bad about the Bear invading the yellow and blue country, Ukraine, when the sleeping giant has been doing it for many years. The former gov in Syria also accused DC of stealing the country's natural resources. I mentioned oil. Given that the sleeping giant bases are located in the oil-rich northeastern parts of Syria. The latest claims about the potential withdrawal from Syria came as Donald announced on Tuesday a proposal that includes a plan to take over the Strip. He did not rule out deploying sleeping giant soldiers to that region, vowing to do what is necessary. So, here's the thing. He said he's going to take over the Strip, they're going to clean it, they're going to rebuild it, they're going to own it. And then he said he's going to withdraw the troops from Syria. We don't have time for that. We have to rebuild this region right here. But we don't want people staying in this area. Jordan, you have to take some of these people with you. Jordan is like, you do that, we're going to war with Holy Land. I do believe there's a possibility. I do believe that a lot of this could be connected to the third temple. You can't forget about the red heifers. All right, I do believe that we're about to see something here. The rise of the Antichrist pretty soon. Let me bring this last one, all right? Because now you got Persia. So I'm bringing in all the MidEast, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Persia used the Russian-made long-range air defense system in a military exercise on Wednesday, following the Holy Land strikes in October, which the Holy Land said has seriously weakened Persia defense's capabilities. Persia State Television reported on Wednesday that in a simultaneous operation, Persia long-range air defense system and the Bear-made S-300 taken down a hypothetical hostile target by firing missiles. Some enemy officials and media outlets after the malicious event in October had claimed that they had rendered Persia long-range air defense system not operational, it said, referring to the Holy Land strikes. It says here, last month, you have the Bear leader, Vladimir, and his Persian counterpart deepened military ties between the two countries, signing a 20-year strategic partnership. Though the agreement made no specific mention of arms transfer, the two sides said they would develop military technical cooperation. The exercises Wednesday took place one day after Benjamin met sleeping giant leader Donald to discuss regional topics including Persia's nuclear program. Man. It says here, with me, it's very simple. Persia cannot have a nuclear equipment, Donald said. Asked how close Persia is to a powerful equipment, Donald said they're too close. Too close. Last October, the Holy Land carried out a series of strikes against Persia almost 4 weeks after the IS Persian massive ballistic on the country. Its second strike on Holy Land sent its proxy terror group, I'm going to skip that name there, invaded the JEWS state on October, launching biblical war in the Strip, which again is being taken over. According to Donald, they will take over. But the bear and other countries saying you're not taking over nothing. It ain't going to happen. I don't know how that's going to work out, guys, but buckle up because the MidEast is going to be it's a whole different ball game. The Holy Land military said the October strike targeted strategic military sites in Persia, specifically drone, ballistic, manufacturing, and launch sites, as well as the air defense batteries. Then, Defense Minister, I'm going to skip his name, said the Holy Land strike had weakened Persia's strike and defensive capability, leaving it at a huge disadvantage in the event of future action. In the wake of Holy Land retaliatory sorties, military officials in the Holy Land saw an opportunity for direct strike on Persia nuclear facility. Once again, you have the, I'm going to skip that name, which is sworn to the Holy Land. Destruction says its nuclear program is strictly for civilian purposes, but it has enriched its uranium for beyond civilian levels and obstructed international inspectors, and it is understood to have had a military nuclear program in the past which Holy Land maintained and never fully abandoned. Alright, so this is where we at right now, guys. This is where we at. And big things are happening in the MidEast. But the big one is the Strip. GAZA Strip. Now Donald said they're going to take control. They're going to fix it. They're going to rebuild it. They're going to own it. They're going to, again, do all that type of stuff. At the same time, they're trying to push the people out. Jordan's saying they're not coming here. If you guys try to do that, we're going to go to war with the Holy Land. We helped the Holy Land when Persia was firing ballistic missiles. And we stopped some of those flying objects. So we helped the Holy Land. So, again, we're going to see how all this plays out. But like I said, guys, keep your eyes on the red heifer. Keep your eyes on the red heifer. And keep your eyes, you know, you have the Abraham Accord. Keep your eyes on that too. And, yeah, just keep your eyes on all that. There's been some talk about possibly, perhaps, maybe the third temple could be possibly in that region where Donald said they're going to rebuild it. And it's going to be for the people, for the world. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, for those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path. And that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.